Hello everyone. Today we will be discussing the factors affecting the translocation rate under the heading Phloem transport part second. There are 6 factors which totally affect the translocation rate of phloem transport. First, it is temperature. The optimum temperature for translocation is between 20 to 30 degrees centigrade. The rate of translocation increases with the increase in temperature to a maximum and then decreases due to the detrimental effects of high temperature. The temperature of the root as compared to that of the shoot appears to have an influence on which direction, upwards or downwards, sugars will move in a plant. When the root temperature is higher than the shoot temperature, translocation to the root increases and translocation to the top decreases. When the situation is reversed, that is, when the shoot temperature is higher than root temperature, translocation to the top increases and translocation to the roots decrease. Therefore, an increase in root temperature over shoot temperature will cause an increase in downward translocation. Upward translocation will be increased if shoot temperature is higher than root temperature. Next is light. As we know that the assimilation of carbon dioxide increases as light intensity increases. The root shoot dry weight ratio increases with increase in light intensity, thereby indicating that translocation to the root as compared to the shoot becomes greater with light intensity. Studies have shown that translocation rates may be influenced by the quality of light received by the plant. Translocation of the assimilates is accelerated in the presence of red or blue light. This is also supported by the fact that the red light also enhances the uptake of sucrose into the plumules of etiolated pea seedlings. Next is metabolic inhibitors. Metabolic inhibitors have been shown to inhibit carbohydrate translocation. Some of the inhibitors used include 2,4-dinitrophenol, arsenite, azide, iodoacetic acid, fluoride and hydrogen cyanide. Whether the inhibitor has its effect on the metabolism of the conducting elements or on the metabolism of the supplying and receiving cells is difficult to assess. The inhibitor could conceivably be carried to the photosynthesizing mesophyll cells of the leaf, where it would inhibit cell to cell transport of photosynthate to the phloem conducting elements. It is just as possible for a metabolic inhibitor to be carried to the receiving cells or sinks, where it might impede the deposition of translocated metabolites. In both the cases, the rate of translocation would be inhibited. Next is concentration gradient. Scientists believe that the direction of sugar flow in the sieve tube is along a gradient of decreasing total sugar concentration. Movement of sugars follows a diffusion pattern, that is, a correlation is found between rate of transport and the sugar gradient in the bark. Next is presence of mineral ions. Scientists also found that the absorption and translocation of sucrose by a leaf of a plant immersed in a solution of C14, an isotope of carbon, sucrose are greatly facilitated when boron is added to the solution. According to these experimenters, an ionizable complex is formed between boron and sucrose, which moves through cell membranes much more readily than does non-borated sucrose. And the last one is hormones. Indirectly, the cellular growth and tissue growth stimulated by hormones puts a heavy demand on translocated metabolites for building materials and energy. Many investigators believe that the metabolism of these growth centers, they are also known as sinks, has a strong influence on translocation. Hence, phloem translocation is at least partially under the control of phytohormones such as cytokinins, indole acetic acid and gibberellic acid. So, this is all about the factors affecting the phloem transport in plants. Thank you.